Nick Chubb. How about that? Is that?
I have a theory that Nick Chubb is the perfect teammate. He is. I mean, he's a guy who never raises his voice, never, just works hard all the time, doesn't have an ego or doesn't show an ego. And I have a theory that if you mess with a player like that, then the universe responds in some way.
You know, I kidded around with it that there's a conspiracy theory on here as they carted Wilson off the field. Do you really think there's something to that? I mean, do you think it was something other than
we can go
an
back
accident?
and look at the. Well, we can go back and look at the tape of the hit on Chubb, and we know that Njoku and a couple of other guys weren't exactly happy with Wilson in that case. But until we see how this happened, you know, he could have just heard it pivoting for all we know.
So Kevin Stefanski comes in and says, "Oh, so this is what happens here. I got it."
Yeah. You know, these things happen in every camp, but the good organizations make sure that they only happen once, right? There's no reason to hit a quarterback. There's no reason to hit a star running back up around the head or shoulders. It's just not, you know, there's no reason for it. And if it happens again, then you start saying, why isn't this being taken care of by the staff?
I think there is a reason for it, though. I think that the angles, you know, you get blocked off, and although if you're not hitting, if the quarterback has the shirt on, you're not hitting him. But if you get knocked off a block, it's pretty hard to control as fast as these guys are going. However, this seems like there's something more to it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that. Who knows? I know Mack Wilson was very upset that some fans jumped down his throat, but what we don't know is what the reaction from his teammates were after that.
Well, in Kevin Stefanski's press conference today, he admitted that he was not happy with Mack Wilson, and this is a two-way street here. You got to have good linebackers, which we're not sure that we have or don't have, and you got to find out if the guy you have is the right guy.
Yeah, I mean, Mack Wilson probably still feels like a fifth-round draft pick, even though the Kirksey injury kind of vaulted him into a higher profile position with this team last year. You know, these guys are told every year that, you know, their jobs aren't certain, right? And they better prove themselves every day. So you could see why a guy might get a little overzealous on a practice field, but it's a bad thing to hit anybody up around the head, let alone one of your teammates.
Is it surprising to you that doesn't happen more often with the teammates?
Well, yeah, I mean, just because of the grind. Well, in other years, we have the grind of camp, you know, that usually follows the off-season activities, the mini camps, you know, you get to a point in the summertime when it's hot like that and guys are just tired of looking at each other. You can see why it would you know, something like that could accelerate. But like I said, I don't expect. Hopefully, Mack Wilson's fine. He's back on the practice field, but I don't expect this to happen again.